Hey.
Hi there, got one for you.
Awesome.
Just need the last name. Sorry.
Thanks so much.
Sir.
All the way from New Iberia, Louisiana. Moog Minimoog. Moog Minimoog here. See what's inside. Alright, we got a bunch of packing peanuts. See if I can open this. Nope. Alright. Hold on. Well, it's packed really well. Okay. Oh, Rosie, get away. Hey, hey! Stop, no. Silly dog. Alright. Then somewhere in here, there's supposed to be a bag of parts. Oh look, the one pink one. I'm not feeling the bag of parts anywhere. I don't know. I said there's a few spare parts somewhere in here. Oh no. Oh. I feel like a little kid at Christmas. All right, now I get to try to cut it out of all this saran wrap. Saran wrap and bubble wrap. Okay, seeing some wood. Some nice looking wood. All right. Maybe I'll do it this way. It looks like maybe it's upside down here. Let's see. Do we have the Moog? Oh! Well, see some, oh shit. See some keys. So that's good. Oh. Honestly, the guy even said, I don't think I need to put packing peanuts in here. And I was like, you should put packing peanuts in there. I mean, you're the expert. But I just, for some reason, thought it would protect it better. I think all it does is get everywhere. All right. Then, Tony's the guy I'm talking about at the Pack and Mail in New Iberia. He hooked me up very well. Called me, we talked about how to pack this. I think he did a pretty fantastic job. All right. Seems like the cling film worked really well. Okay, so this actually has no screws in it holding it together either. I think someone tried to restore it, didn't know exactly what they were doing. And then, ooh, dirty. Look at that. That is one jacked up power cord. See, oh, here's a little bag of parts. I see like the block for the left-hand controller, some concerning broken pieces of wood. Here's some glue blocks, all the squares or screws. And I think this is the heatsink fin, but I think there's supposed to be two, so hopefully there's only supposed to be one on this one, or the other one's in there, otherwise I'm gonna have to source it. Looks like the keys are all okay, although one's broken it looks like, so I'll have to find a replacement for this one right here. Power cable's in great shape, so I guess I can just reuse that. Honestly, never seen anything like that. It looks like something out of a old lamp or something. That's terrifying. The LHC is roached totally, and the panel plastic's coming off just like on the panels do. Looks like it has the square edged rotor wheel or mod wheel, or the round edged mod wheel, but the smooth. And it looks like somebody put a replacement from the later models in here, but this one's cracked. So I think I'm gonna have to figure out what plastic they used here and pull out my router and make another one. Look at the yellowing on the toggles here. I'm gonna try to clean these up when I take everything apart. All right, let's keep going. This is really dirty. Looks like these are the thinner panel ones. If you come over here and look, the thinner panel sides from the RA Moog and the Musonics era Moogs. This is a 74, but I think they did this until mid 74, so that's unfortunate because this is the weaker one. But I don't know, kind of a neat transition time in history. Let's look up here at the badges. So it looks like someone must have refinished this and put poly on it because there's no outline for the badge that would have been here. I was trying to see if this was a square edged one or a round one, but you can't. The wood looks relatively okay with some dings in it here and there. So I think I'll be able to refinish it. All right. It looks like we got all of the original caps. The inserts are missing, but that's actually really great. I'm gonna have to get some new set screws for all these. It looks rusted out. Hopefully I can get them out. The power toggle seems seized. These other ones work though. Or at least flip. So we will, how yellow the blue is. Got some dents here and there in the wood. And actually, I think this one actually might be from the shipping. This was sitting there. That's about the same size, so that's unfortunate. But everything's at least together. Let's pull this out a little bit more. All right, so I think after this, nothing else is screwed in, so I just want to look at the back panel and see if all the pieces are there. Less stuff that's missing, less stuff I have to order. All right, let's see. Now the bottom is not screwed in either, so I'm trying to set that here. Let's see what type of top it had. It actually, this is interesting, it doesn't have the multi-layer top here. It has the wood grain on it, but it seems to be a single layer, so this must have been a transition time. Let's see over here. Yeah, this is just a piece of plastic with no top part on. Oh, I see. It was there. The protective top layer peeled off. But this is single layer. I've heard some of these being a layer of plastic on top of a layer of metal with another layer of thin plastic, clear plastic on top. So this might, I don't know, this must be some transition phase style. The LHC is completely disengaged. It is filthy in there. I'm gonna have to use a lot of isopropyl alcohol to clean this up. I'm very curious to see if the keyboard has all of the parts, so let's keep going here. So this lifts up. Let's see what we got back here. Well, looks like we got the power board. All the original pots, which is great. Looks like we got all the boards. Mini board number 9. And we actually got the heat sinks here, so I think that actually, the thing I was looking must be the stand that sits on the back plate. I think this is the second board, which is the power board. It looks like we got all of them, which is great. Yep, Moog board. Looks like somebody's actually replaced all the trim pots on the oscillator board, which is an interesting upgrade considering how roached this all is. These are the old wire trim pots, so I'll need to replace those. This is fascinating. This board's a different color, so maybe at a later time. It's an original Moog board though. I don't know. Yeah. Whatever these are, I'm gonna need to find out because it looks like, well, that actually might be okay. Oh man, this is a really, some of these capacitors are new on here though. I'm gonna have to do a little research. Some of this stuff looks pretty roached out. It looks like all the pieces are here though, which is great. I got some markings on here, 404S. Looks like we're missing a screw on one of the heat sinks. So someone probably took this apart and didn't put it all back together. The screws are incorrect here. But at least all this wiring's in place. I'm gonna have to clean a lot of it because it is literally filthy in here, but I think I can do it. Yep, and then we got some of these switches here. I guess they're not fully sealed, so might need to get in there and clean. I don't know, everything looks intact. Has a power supply, although now that I look at it, there are just some random wires sticking out there, so I'm gonna have to figure out exactly what's going on there. So that's that. And then we got the bottom plate, it looks like. Let's see here. Oh, here's the original brackets they stuck in these to hold the corners together so things wouldn't break. You see that here. I guess these are the originals. These look a little different than some of the ones I've seen. You got a little support beam back here that's split out. Okay. And here's the back of the Moog. This one's interesting. It actually has an overlay with writing on it, which is neat. Never seen that. And then a ton of rusty screws. A lot of cleaning necessary, but an interesting blue circle. And then I got the foot here. It looks like it's sheared off, which I thought was the heat sink, but that's what that was. And then this bottom here, I'm just gonna have to cut another piece. I'm gonna use some maple plywood or something a little stronger in the future. The case looks okay though. We originally see this would be like this. There we go. And then these screws would sit in here, and then this would be the back. All the old connectors, the fuses, this trigger out connector here. Yeah, it all looks good. It's just filthy. I'm gonna have to clean everything. And the C model, or serial number 47. This is truly, truly roached. There's that. Let's look at this wheel here. I'm gonna unplug it. There we go. So here's your LHC. Oh man, dirt's, no, sand's falling. I don't know what's falling out of it. Here's a part of the keyboard. So we'll get that out and look in a second what's going on there. It looks like some of the cables have busted off of this multi-pin connector for the LHC. This looks okay. So you can see the way these pins hit, and that's actually what stopped this from going anymore. Here's the other mod wheel here. Similarly operates. And then it has this little indent at the bottom that brings it back to 0. This is interesting. All the pots appear to be original, so that's good. I guess if they work. There's no date on this. I know some of these have dates written on them. This is dateless. It's in not very great shape, but I think I can get another one of these. So rust, I'm gonna have to get some new washers. But at least all the parts are here, and this will be, I think, fairly easy for me to remake. Looks like there's a little set screw down in here. It's interesting. All right, let's flip this over. Let's see what we see. Oh, great. Well, that's great looking. I think my wife is looking at me like, what did you buy? All right. Now in here, the springs are all here. Obviously there's probably no bushings on this. And the contacts are all here, which is great. See, this is the connector to the LHC. You have a similar one here for the keyboard, but someone's disconnected it. But it looks like somebody actually cleaned this contact bar and tried to fix it and got solder everywhere. So we're gonna have to rebuild all of this key bed, but it's all there, so that's good. It's certainly gonna be a lot of work though. And it looks like we got some sort of repair on here, so I'm gonna have to figure out how that works. Or maybe this is original, I don't know. But we'll figure it out. All right. And here, I guess, was the original color of the wood. Looks like I got some breakout here originally, so I'll clean that. This is actually what I'll match my stain to. It's like a walnut color. And it looks like we got some separation here, so I'm actually gonna probably break these apart, the whole case, and take everything apart, sand it down, and refinish it. And I don't know if originally it had this poly on it or if that was done later, but we'll fix it. Get some rubbing here from the cleat. This has become separated, and then there's some cracking back over here. So I think this will all come apart, and I will fill the holes with some harder wood putty filler, and then sand all this down and refinish it. I think it's gonna come out good. This looks like walnut, maybe maple. Can't tell right now, but I'll figure it out. Anyways, we got all little clips here for the screws for the back, which is great. It saves me $9. Alrighty, once I get this cleaned up and apart, it looks like I'm missing some of the grommets here, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to find those. I didn't realize this, but these are plastic. I always thought they were metal from the ones I saw online. But I'll get this all cleaned up. I'm gonna try to retain this. This is neat. And then you can see where the cleat over the years is set against the screws and actually worn a line, which is kind of cool. All right, thanks y'all.